Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So this is Sir Bryan, and this is my second video. And the topic for this second video is all about stress management. And please um, forgive me if there will be technical issues concerning this one because I'm still practicing my Facebook Live skills. Okay, so this afternoon I will be discussing about stress management. Okay, now all of us are experiencing stress every day. Okay, now we cannot deny the fact that stress is a reality that we human beings experience every day. Now, as what you can see in the screen, okay, so stress, it's something that is hard to comprehend, that is hard to experience, and something that can be managed if we know how to do it. Now, in order for us to manage stress effectively, let us start with defining what is stress. So, stress, it is the way we human beings react both physically and mentally to the changes and events and situations in our lives. So, stress is our reaction. Now, this reaction is not limited to just physical reactions. This reaction can be physical, it can also be a mental reaction. Now, why do we react? We react because there are changes. Examples of these changes are what is happening right now because of this pandemic. Example, a change when it comes to your job. Okay? A change in your um, household. Okay? How you react to this change, physically or mentally, is considered stress. How about events? Example, a death of a loved one. Okay? So how you react to that death of a loved one is considered as stress. And how you react in different situations is considered as stress. Now, we human beings experience stress in different ways and for different situations. But take note, our reaction is based on our perception, okay? How we perceive an event or a situation. Now, take note, the perception or our perception to an event or a situation can be negative or can also be positive. Now, when you view a situation negatively, take note, you will most likely feel distressed, overwhelmed, oppressed, or even out of control. Now, when you view a situation positively, you will feel otherwise. Okay? Now, your reaction physically and mentally is based on your perception. Okay? What is happening in your mind? What your beliefs are, what your perceptions towards a certain event or a certain situation. Now, when we talk about stress, there are two types of stress. First one is eustress, okay, or what we call the positive stress. Okay, a stress that is positively viewed or has positive impact to an individual. Example, when you do jogging, okay, you get tired, but that is positive stress because it has positive impacts to yourself. Okay, so that is eustress. The second type of stress is what we call distress or negative stress. Okay, it is the opposite of eustress or the positive stress. Of course, when we talk about stress, there is this presence of what we call stressors. Okay? Now, let us define what are stressors. Now, a stressor is a stimulus. Now, when we talk about stimulus, it is something that triggers a response. Okay? Now, in the case of stress, a stressor is a stimulus that has the potential to trigger the fight or flight response. Okay? So later on, we will be discussing what is the fight or flight response. Now, according to the evolutionary theory, stressors are perceived by our body as threats to our safety. Okay? So this is according to Greenberg. Now, there are different types of stressors or there are different sources of stressors. We have environmental, we have psychological, we have sociological, and we have philosophical. We will discuss it moving forward. For the environment can cause a lot of stressors to an individual. Now, the environment can bombard people with intense and competing demands to adjust. Now, take note the examples of environmental stressors. Now, environmental stressors may include weather. Okay? Now, right now, outside the room where I am recording this video, it is somewhat gloomy. Okay? And earlier, it rained very hard. So, it can cause you stress. Okay? So, that's environmental stressors. Noise. Okay? So, if you are a student inside the classroom, if you have noisy classmates, okay, or you have a noisy teacher, okay, so it can also be a stressor. Okay? Crowding. Previously, before this pandemic, so inside the mall sale, during a sale, so there are crowds of people. So this can also cause you stress. Pollution, okay? Traffic, unsafe and substandard housing, or even crime. Example, when you hear a news that in your locality, there is a series of extrajudicial killing, so this can be a stressor, okay, for you, environmental stressor. Your thoughts, okay, psychological, okay, the brain interprets and perceives situations as stressful, difficult, painful, or pleasant. It is our brain which is responsible for interpreting and for perceiving different situations that can be stressful, difficult, painful, or pleasant. So some situations in life are stress provoking. Okay? So we cannot do something about it. But take note, it is our thoughts that determine whether they are a problem for us. Going back to the definition of stress, it will always go back to how you perceive different situations in your life. It can be positive or it can be negative. Now, when we talk about stress, there is this what we call the stress response. So, everyone has developed a response to stress. Okay, all of us, okay, all of us has developed a response to stress. Now, the key is we have to learn how to monitor the signs, okay, and become aware of them when they are indicating that the stress level is unmanageable. Okay? So you have to learn what are the different signs, okay, that you are experiencing so that you can be aware of those signs, and you can know that you are already stressed and the stress level is already unmanageable so that you can do something about it. Now, fight or flight response. So what happens during the fight or flight response? It was found out that any problem, real or unimagined, could cause the cerebral cortex, okay, the thinking part of the brain, to send an alarm, okay, to the hypothalamus. So our hypothalamus is the main switch for the stress response located in the midbrain. Okay, so it sends an alarm. The thinking part of the brain sends an alarm to our hypothalamus. Now, what does the hypothalamus do? It stimulates the sympathetic nervous system, okay, to make a series of changes in the body. Now, what are these changes? Okay, the heart rate, the breathing rate, muscle tension, metabolism, and blood pressure, this can all increase. Okay? This can all increase, okay, because of the stimulation, okay, of the hypothalamus to the sympathetic nervous system caused by the alarm sent by the cerebral cortex. Okay? So the hands and feet get cold as blood is directed away from the extremities and digestive system into the larger muscles that can help fight or run. Okay? And the person experiences what others refer to as the butterflies in the stomach. Okay, the person experience diaphragm locks. Okay, or the person experience the pupils in the eyes dilate to sharpen vision, and hearing becomes more acute. Again, this is triggered, okay, by the hypothalamus to the sympathetic nervous system to help a person fight or flight. Okay? So this is what we call the stress response. Okay? Now the stress response, while all of these are going on, something else happens that can have long-term negative effects if left unchecked. Okay, you take note of that. The adrenal gland starts to secrete corticoids, okay, which inhibit digestion, reproduction, growth, and tissue repair, and the responses of the immune and inflammatory system. So some very important functions that keep the body healthy begin to shut down during this stress response. And the stress response is useful and can be necessary in times of emergency. You take note of that. But the negative effects of this happens when it is frequent and unrelenting, that is being triggered, or when your stress response is being triggered without a balancing relaxation response. Okay? And this can contribute to a number of illnesses and symptoms. Okay? If this stress response, okay, or if these events consistently happens without balancing it, with a relaxation technique or relaxation activity. So this can contribute to a number of illnesses and symptoms. Imagine if every day your stress response is being triggered and your blood pressure is increasing every day. So this can cause number of illnesses and problems. Now, what are the different manifestations of stress? Physical. Okay. You can say that you are stressed if you feel aches and pains, muscle tension, diarrhea or constipation, nausea, okay, the feeling of vomiting, dizziness, or butterflies in the stomach, chest pain or rapid heartbeat, okay, shallow breathing and sweating, and frequent colds. Okay, so those are physical manifestations of stress. So we need to take note of these physical manifestations. Second, emotional manifestation of stress, moodiness. People become irritable or short-tempered, agitation, or our inability to relax. We feel overwhelmed, okay? Or there is this sense of loneliness or isolation, or there's this feeling of depression or general unhappiness. So we need to take note of this. Behavioral, you eat more or less. Okay? So this can cause long-term effects such as obesity to an individual, sleeping too much, okay? Hypersomnolence, or sleeping too little. Okay? So insomnia. Okay? We isolate or you isolate yourself from others. Okay? So that can be a behavioral manifestation of stress. Procrastinating or neglecting responsibilities. Okay? Excessive use of alcohol, cigarettes, or drugs just to relax. Okay? And nervous habits. Okay? There's this presence of nail biting. Okay? So you already nail bite because of stress. So those can be behavioral manifestations of stress. Okay? Cognitive, memory problems. Okay? Difficulty remembering things. Okay? Inability or difficulty concentrating. Okay? So that can be a cognitive manifestations of stress. Third, poor judgment, seeing only the negative, being anxious, racing, or ruminating thoughts, and you constantly worry. Okay, so those are cognitive manifestations of stress. So we need to take note of these manifestations. Okay, in order for us to determine, because going back, it is very necessary or it is very important for us to be aware. Okay? It is very important for us to be aware, okay, of these things that are happening when we are stressed so that we can do something about it and we can limit the long-term effects of stress in our body. Now, this time, I will be sharing with you various relaxation techniques that you can use. Okay, it is easy to follow with these relaxation techniques. Okay, so I hope you'll be able to follow this one. First is this one. Okay, so you take a deep breath. Okay, you take a deep breath, you hold it for 3 seconds, then let it out slow. Okay, so while exhaling, let the jaw and the shoulders relax and think calm. As the tension flow through the body, and out the fingertips and toes. Okay, so you can screenshot this or you can copy this one so that you will have something to look into whenever you experience stress. So just take this out and follow the steps that I will be giving you. Deep breathing. Okay, so when you experience stress, okay, when you become aware of those manifestations of stress, physical, cognitive, emotional, behavioral, so you can do deep breathing. Okay, so what will you do? You sit comfortably with your eyes closed. Okay, now you concentrate, you bring your attention to your breathing, and you imagine that you have a balloon in your stomach, that every time you breathe in, the balloon inflates. Now, each time you breathe out, the balloon deflates. Because you're breathing from your abdomen, you inhale through your nose, slowly you count of 4, okay? Then pause, hold your breath to a count of 4, and then slowly exhale through your mouth, okay, to a count of 4. Again, you inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, you hold your breath for 4 seconds, then slowly exhale through your mouth 4 seconds also. You exhale just like blowing a candle. Okay? Now you repeat for 3 to 5 minutes. Place your hand on your stomach to feel it rising and falling as you breathe. Again, sit comfortably, take note of your breathing or be attentive to your breathing. You imagine as if you have a balloon in your stomach that every time you breathe in, it inflates. Every time you breathe out, it deflates. Okay? You inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold it for 4 seconds. Then you exhale through your mouth for 4 seconds, just like how you blow a candle. Okay? And you repeat this activity for 3 to 5 minutes while placing your hands to your stomach to let it or to feel the rising and the falling as you breathe. Okay? Third, tense release. You alternate tensing and relaxing muscle groups for 5 to 10 seconds each while seated. Example, you can raise your eyebrows and wrinkle your forehead. Hold for a few seconds, 5 to 10 seconds will do, and then release. You can also clench your jaw and close your eyes as tightly as you can. You hold for a few seconds, 5 to 10 seconds will do, and then release. Third, you can lift your shoulders up to your ears, okay? Hold and release. Again, you can hold for 5 to 10 seconds and then release. Raise your eyebrows, wrinkle your forehead, 5 to 10 seconds, release. Clench your jaw, close your eyes, 5 to 10 seconds, release. Okay? Lift your shoulders up to your ears, 5 to 10 seconds, then release. Okay? So that is tense release. Guided imagery. When you talk about guided imagery, close your eyes, take a moment to create in your mind's eye an ideal spot for relaxation. Example for me, an ideal spot for relaxation can be somewhere in a mountain, in falls. Okay, so with my eyes closed, I will try to imagine, okay, that place, okay, or spot for relaxation. So you can make it any place, real or imagine. So it can be your favorite room or a beautiful meadow, an ocean beach, or a floating cloud. Okay? So the place can be real or it can be an imagined one. Now see yourself While your eyes close, see yourself in comfortable clothes, completely relax, and take a few deep breaths. Okay? And once you have created this place in your mind, you can go back there whenever you want and escape from your busy day or a stressful situation. Okay? So you can always go back to that place. Okay? Whenever you have a busy day or a stressful situation. Again, this is guided imagery. Now, there are other ways to reduce stress. First, nutrition. You should eat your breakfast, okay, every day. And eating regularly throughout the day, every 3 to 5 hours, prepares your body to better cope up with stress. As what they say, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Now take note of this. Skipping meals should be avoided because it lowers your energy and your ability to focus. And take note, choose more whole and unprocessed foods and eat a lot of colorful fruits and vegetables to feel your best. So when this pandemic happened, okay, some people have learned how to plant in their backyard. Okay, and now they are reaping their harvest. They can harvest vegetables, and that becomes their food in their table. Okay, so it is more advisable to eat whole and unprocessed foods, colorful fruits and vegetables to feel your best. Okay, you eat chocolates, but in moderation. Okay? Just a little bit of chocolate can go a long way when it comes to your diet. So, dark chocolate has been shown to be filled with antioxidant flavonoids, which can minimize your risk of heart disease and reduce blood pressure. Some scientists have gone so far as to claim that the sweet stuff has more flavonoids than any other food, including blueberries. Now, according to research published in Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, those said flavonoids help blood vessels relax, helping calm overall stress. But take note, in moderation, just a little bit of chocolate. Okay, just a little bit, not too much, because it can have negative effects also. Third, physical activity. Now, physical activity increases your overall health and sense of well-being. It also has stress-busting benefits like pumping up your endorphins, improving your mood, providing a break from your stressors, and increasing self-esteem. You try to walk or do something active for 20 minutes a day. What is 20 minutes of walking a day? Okay, so that can help you manage your stress. To gain additional benefits from aerobic and muscle strengthening activities, find a more intense physical activity that you enjoy and do that a few times a week too. Okay? So if you're feeling sad, okay, try to walk 20 minutes a day. Okay? So this can help you um, pump up your endorphins. So this can also improve your mood. You can also have massage. But sad to say, during this quarantine, so massage parlors are closed. Okay, even until now that our city is still in modified general community quarantine. So massage due to physical contact during this activity. So this is not yet allowed. But massage can help you reduce stress. Okay? Because it releases a hormone called oxytocin, which turns off your stress response and promotes a sense of relaxation. So, right now, I really want to have a massage session. Okay? It has been 3 months since I have one. Okay? And try to make time for self-massage, okay? Or you can exchange massage with a friend or treat yourself to a massage center if it's already open. Sleep. Good sleep habits reduce stress and help your body recover from the stress. Everyone needs a different amount of sleep. However, it is recommended to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. Short naps can also re-energize you and improve your mood. So this is what they call the power nap. Okay, 20 to 30 minutes of nap in between the day can also help you, okay, reduce stress. And take note, it is suggested that naps not exceed 30 minutes or you may feel groggy. Okay, that's why, as what I've said earlier, it's just 20 to 30 minutes. Aromatherapy. So it is a scientifically proven technique which uses your sense of smell to trigger areas in your brain that affect mood. So last time I bought um a humidifier, okay, to bring at home. If I'm stressed, so I'm using that one, or diffuser, should I say, diffuser that diffuses aroma inside my bedroom and in our living room when I feel stress. Okay, so I use that. So I'm planning to buy various scents, okay, that I can use, which I love, so that this could help me, okay, um, manage my stress when I'm at home. Okay. You can also reinvent your vocabulary. Take note, words have a powerful influence over our mind. Think positive thoughts and use positive words. Never utter the words I can't again. Saying things like I can't do it anymore is a defeatist attitude that is a recipe for failure. And with failure comes stress. So don't say I can't. You can say I'll try. No, it's one of the first words that babies learn and they use it often. But as adults, okay, the word seems to have slipped from our vocabulary. We as adults should learn how to say no. Know your limits and stick to them, whether in your personal or in your professional life. Okay? So, babies learn the word no, or that's the first word that they often learn. But when we become adults, it's very hard for us to say no. So, we need to learn how to say no, especially when we can't do it, or when we don't have time to do it. Okay, so learn to say no. Now, if you have some extra space in your house, you can do gardening. So research has shown that having plants and flowers in your presence can elicit a positive mood and reduce stress level. So you can connect with the earth, okay, by sticking your hands in the dirt and tending to the plants yourself. Even further, imbue you with an energy of calm. Okay? You can also laugh. Okay? Laughing for 1 minute is the equivalent to 15 minutes on an exercise bike or 10 minutes on a rowing machine. So laughter can reduce stress hormones. So this can boost your immune system and lower your blood pressure. So pop in an old Seinfeld video, read your favorite comic strip, turn on Comedy Central, call a friend who makes you laugh, or pull out old photo albums. Okay, so you laugh. Okay, to reduce stress. Okay, go ahead, laugh out loud. Take note of this. Your feelings are just feelings. They are not you. And you can let them go. So your feelings of stress, you can let it go. You can manage it if you know how to do it. Okay? So be stress free, be COVID free, keep safe, everyone. Okay? So we have to learn to identify our stressors. We need to learn to identify the signs that we are experiencing when we are stressed. Okay? And we have to learn how to manage it. Again, your feelings are just feelings. They are not you, and you can let them go. So I hope you have learned something from me this afternoon, even just for a short while that I've discussed the topic on stress. So if you have questions, just leave a comment below. And you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. This will be available in my YouTube channel later. Okay, so don't forget to like, to subscribe, and to hit the bell button in my YouTube channel. And again, if you have suggestions for the content to be featured in my YouTube channel or in my live video, please feel free to send me a message. Again, this is Sir Bryan. I hope you will have a stress-free day ahead. Keep safe from COVID, okay? And we pray for a COVID-free Philippines, a COVID-free world. So for those who have no important things to do outside their houses, so stay at home, okay? And try to learn new things, okay? And keep yourself stress-free every day. So once again, thank you so much, and I hope to see you all again in my next videos, and God bless us all.